Hi, hello friends. Welcome to my next lecture on integer type of questions. Topic halides. See my first question. In this question, they are given one compound Cl C double bond O C2H5. Okay. If we treat with this RMGX, how many RMGX are required? That is what we have to find. Example, if you take RMGX here, the Cl will be removed first, as this alkyl group will attach to this compound, will become R C double bond O C2H5. In this way we can get a product. Then after, if you keep on continuing, we will get a tertiary alcohol. How we will get a tertiary alcohol here is, we will continue adding RMGX to this one, and carbon oxygen carbonyl group whatever is there, the carbonyl group will get OMGX here, and carbon will get R bond OC2H5. Then after, if you continue doing, what will happen? This OC2H5 also will get replaced by another RMGX, that is R C, or this will become OC2H5 will become R only. This will become also R. This after hydrolysis will get OH. So it will be treating with NH per Cl here. So we have taken how many such type of groups? Here we have one alkyl group, we have taken RMGX. Here we have taken one more RMGX. Here we have taken another RMGX. So a total of how many RMGX we have taken? We have taken 3 RMGX. So find out the value of X they told. That means, what is the value of X is 3. This X is a number only, not halogen. Okay. This is our first question. So let us see this second question we have. They are given a compound here. Here also we have an ester is there. And Grignard reagent treatment happened. After that, followed by acidic hydrolysis. It is giving this is the product. This is the product. Another question is, find out the value of X. We saw that when ester is there, means ester requires a minimum of 2 Grignard reagents. Okay. This ester requires 2 Grignard reagents here and here. And SH is there. SH requires 1 Grignard reagent. HO also requires 1 Grignard reagent. A total of 4 are possible here, because when you do Grignard reagent analysis, this OH will become XMgO. Why? Because O is minus, magnesium is plus. And this SH will become S minus MgX, whereas magnesium is plus here. And after that, we have one ester is there, that ester oxygen will become OMgX, O minus Mg is plus. To that one only there is a methyl group is attached, and OC2H5 is there. That OC2H5 will become an alkoxy group, an alkyl group. Why? Because again we will treat this one with one more RMgX, that is CH3MgX. Okay. So finally we will get X Mg O minus, here yes Mgx, that OMgx here we have, other one there are two alkyl groups will come here. Once it is got removed, okay. So after hydrolysis, acid hydrolysis, this OMgX will become OH, and SMgX will become SH, thioalcohol. Then after this OMgX will become OH, and remaining are alkyl groups. Alkyl groups is R only, that is CH3 as per the discussion. So we can observe that how many Grignard reagents we have taken. We have taken Grignard reagents how many? Here we have first only we have taken 3. So here 1 we have taken, here 2, here 3, here 4. The total 4 we have taken. After that only we got the given product. So that means overall how the reaction taken place, that is one ester requires 2 Grignard reagents. CH3MgBr we have taken. So now we can clearly write this is S minus MgBr here, and here we get O MgBr, Mg is plus, O is minus, bond. Here we have one CH3 group, another one we have, that is OC2H5. So that OC2H5 also removed by another Grignard reagent. So here I will write CH3. Okay. So how many such things happened? How many such things happened means the Grignard reagent here and here it has removed hydrogens. 2 hydrogens means 2 methane molecules, plus here we have removed OC2H5, so that is nothing but CH3O C2H5 we have removed. So in that way this product formed after hydrolysis is alcohol compound, that is OH. Here as per the given one, this is SH, OH. This is the product formed. So a total of 4 Grignard reagents we have used. Methyl magnesium bromides we have used 1, 2. So here we have used 3. Here we have used 4. So total 4 we have used. So answer for this one, X is equals to 4. Here this question. Okay. Let us see the question number 3. Find out the value of X. So here before pH MgBr means pH is nothing but phenyl magnesium bromide Grignard reagent. So this number of phenyl magnesium bromides to give tertiary alcohol upon after the acid hydrolysis we have to find. As usual, acid halide is there, acid chlorides are there, means that acid chloride first converts into this alcohol. First we will write that one. This is the reactant and this is the Grignard reagent. So what will happen is this phenyl group will take on the chlorine position and MgClBr will be removed as a ketone first is formed. Then after what will happen, this ketone will be further treated with this phenyl magnesium bromide. So again if you treat that one with pH MgBr, this ketone will become OMgBr, and whereas we have one phenyl group will be added extra from the second phenyl magnesium bromide. Okay, like this. After this, again if you add phenyl magnesium bromide, 2 phenyl magnesium bromides for OH groups, then they will also become OMgBrs. So here this is one OMgBr, this is one OMgBr, and after that we have one OMgBr, and there are 2 phenyl groups are there here, 2 phenyl groups. It indicates that we have used here 1, here 2, here a total of 2. So here 2 plus 1, yeah. Here 1, here 1 only we have used, a total is 4. So we have used 4 phenyl magnesium bromides to convert the compound into tertiary alcohol after hydrolysis. So when you do hydrolysis, definitely we will get tertiary alcohol. All the OMgBrs will become OH, and this carbon will become tertiary carbon. So that alcohol is called as tertiary alcohol. So the answer for this one is 4, integer number 4. See this question. How many set of carbonyl compound and RAMGX can produce tertiary alcohol? So this is the tertiary alcohol. So you know what is carbonyl carbon. This is carbonyl carbon and RMG. So how many types of such things sets should be prepared to give this kind of alcohol? Suppose on seeing this one, after observation, we can tell that if you take a carbonyl compound with carbon oxygen double bond and one phenyl group here, this carbonyl compound if you treat it with methyl magnesium bromide, you will get the given product. Suppose I am taking this is something A. I am taking A. Okay. This I am taking A. So I am writing A. You will get A. Or else if you take one cyclopropyl, again group with carbonyl carbon, and one methyl group of attached, then I need one pH, that means phenyl group to this one. So here, like here, PHMgBr I can take to get A. So I can get A in this set also. I can get A. Similar fashion, without this cyclopropyl ring in the carbonyl carbon, if I take PH C double bond O CH3, then here I am lacking one ring structure. So with cyclopropyl magnesium bromide, if I treat this compound, I will get compound A. So from all these observations, these are the possibilities I can say that these three sets are possible to give this given tertiary alcohol. So what is the number of sets of carbonyl compound plus RMGX produces this tertiary alcohol? 3 sets. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay. See this question. Find out number of possible E1 products from following reaction. You know, E1 mechanism is called as elimination mechanism. This is a two-step mechanism. In the first step, we will get a carbocation. Second step, we will say this is the removal of proton. So we will remove proton to get the alkene. So double bond will be formed in the second step. Here the carbocation finds stability also. Such case there will be some methyl shift or hydrogen shift change takes place. Let us see the given compound. The given compound is, we have, this is the compound, and bromine is present here. So first when it is treated with methyl alcohol CH3OH, what are the possibilities of getting the carbocation? We will see. First, what kind of carbocation is possible? Here bromine once removed as bromide, then there will be a formation of carbocation takes place. This is a secondary carbocation. So using this secondary carbocation, when you remove this proton from either side, from this side, so here one proton if you remove hydrogen, then you will be getting a double bond here. So what is that product? That is, this is the product you will get. Okay. And coming to the another case, suppose this carbocation, when you are saying it is secondary carbocation, if a chance came, rearrangement, methyl shift happened, means after methyl shift, this methyl group will come here. That time you will be getting a tertiary carbocation also in this reaction. So this is a tertiary carbocation which is stable and which produces different kinds of products. Suppose if this tertiary carbocation loses hydrogen here, then it produces a alkene like this. So this is an alkene. Possibility is there. Likewise, when a hydrogen from other place, suppose hydrogen from here is got removed, then what will happen? How the product will be looking like is, nothing but here double bond will come, and this is the remaining group as usual. And another possibility is there. The another possibility is this side. That means the double bond will come here. Here one more hydrogen we have. I will show the hydrogen, and here one more hydrogen is there. If that is got removed, then we can also see another product, that is alkene. So how that alkene will be there? So see, here we will get a double bond. So a total of how many kinds of active hydrogens we have removed, that makes a difference. Here this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. We have removed 4 different places of this hydrogen. So what is the number of possible E1 products from the following? E1 product is nothing but an alkene. In that stage of product is there we have, and not only that one, the possibilities we are telling. So we are not telling about any other thing. So what are the possibilities? These are the possibilities. So it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4. So what are the possibilities? A total 4 possibilities are there for the E1 products in this question. See this question. In this question we have to identify number of substrate those can give SN1 and SN2 reaction both. See, SN1 exclusively easily underwent by tertiary compounds, whereas SN2 extensively underwent by primary alkyl halides. And moreover, some of the species which are having internal conjugation and all. So if you observe the first one, we have first one is possibility is there for the conjugation. That means benzene ring with methyl group is there. Easily it can we can participate in SN1 and SN2. Second one is not possible because it is tertiary. Third one is possible as it is secondary. And fourth one, if you see this one, tertiary. And this one, if you see here, bond between halogen and this carbon can be easily separated because of oxygen's influence. So it is possible. And here we have to see the internal bond. So internal bonds are there. This bromine is having a carbon with 3 other carbons, so it's not possible. See this one. In this we have OTF is there, nothing but triplet, triplet, easily best leaving groups. These are all. So if easily they are said to be involved in substitution reactions, so it is possible. And in this is primary, so SN2 only easily possible, but it is not SN. See this one, we have a ring is there, 5-membered ring. In this, to break this bond, there should be some influences required, but here it is not easy to break this bond as it is stronger bond. Moreover, it is even although it is secondary, this will produces some other charges on the ring, not over the carbon. So carbocation formation is not that much easy in this case. See this one, we have a secondary is there, so it is possible. The last one, if you see, it is a carbon ring structure is there without double bonds, so this is also possible. Whenever bulkiness is intermediate is there, then we can say that a compound involves in both SN1 and SN2 reactions. So we have These are the compounds. So around 6 compounds in the given list are said to give SN1 and SN2 reactions. See this question. How many structural isomers can be obtained by the monochlorination of this methyl cyclopentane? Okay. You know, chlorination is generally happens in the presence of sunlight, where the free radical mechanism takes place. So in the presence of sunlight, chlorination takes place. What are the possibilities? Let's see. The methyl side chain is this. If side chain undergoes this chlorination reaction, monochlorination reaction, then we will get CH2Cl as a side chain for this thing. Or ring attached carbon is there. If the ring attached carbon, if it is taking an halogen, replace remnant of one hydrogen from it, then it forms Cl like this. Suppose over the ring we have one chlorine substitution happened, means along with the CH3, chlorine will come adjacent to this one, or in any other location, that means little away from the methyl group to the ring. Here suppose Cl is there, means that is one possibilities. So it means either this position or this position. If you do monochlorination, the product will be same only. So that means total we have 1, 2, 3, 4 we observed. That means how many structural isomers can be obtained, means the answer is 4 for this question. See the next question. During the preparation of chloroform from ethanol, by treating Cl2 with Cl2 base, number of base molecules consumed is. For that, you must know what is exactly ethanol. What is ethanol? Ethanol is nothing but acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde. We can write this one as CH3 CHO like this. If this acetaldehyde is taken for the preparation of chloroform, then we will consider sodium hydroxides. First we will take chlorination reaction, and after treating it with sodium hydroxide, OH minus and Cl2. Then usually these all three bonds, whatever three hydrogens are there, three hydrogens here, will be replaced by chlorine. So here one chlorine, here one chlorine, here one chlorine. This is called as alpha halogenation, and there will be carbon oxygen double bond and hydrogen as usual. So for this we have taken 3 moles of sodium hydroxide, whereas we have removed the chlorine here. Okay, then if you treat this one with sodium hydroxide, then what will happen? This sodium forms salt of carboxylic acid, that is HCOONA, with this trichloroacetaldehyde called as chloral plus the chloroform. Chloroform is trichloromethane. This is chloroform. So we got the chloroform here. This is sodium formate. Sodium formate. For this purpose, we have taken here 3 moles of sodium hydroxide. Here we have taken 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. Means, what is the total number of molecules consumed here? The total number of molecules consumed here is 4 for this question. See this question. The number of substitution products formed when meta-bromoanisole is treated with KNH2 in ammonia. You know, this is amide. Usually we will prepare amines from the haloalkanes using this method. Actually, in this method there will be a benzene intermediate also will be formed. Okay, so in short we will discuss that one only with the products. So here they are asking products only. This is what we will call it as meta-bromoanisole. Benzene ring with OCH3 is called as methoxybenzene or anisole. In this meta position we have bromine is there. That's why we will call it as meta-bromoanisole. It is KNH2 in ammonia. If you take this one, what will happen? Around this, that means adjacent to this halogen, and on the halogen carbon there is a possibility of formation of amine groups. So amine group will be promoted on the 3 positions of this anisole. So this is main position is this one where halogen is there. That position, that is main product. The other products also possible, para product and ortho product, that is the OCH3 here. Here we have NH2. Here we have NH2. Plus, there is a possibility of meta product also. Meta product. So these are the possibilities. So there are 3 such type of meta substitution products. Meta-bromoanisole substitution products are there. So in this, what are the locations of the free radicals? These are the locations of free radicals. So there are 3 locations are there for the free radicals. So here one we have shown. So this is the major. Next one this is. Next one this is. Okay. So total how many such number of substitution products are formed here is the answer is 3 only. Answer is 3. See this question. In the following monobromination reaction, the number of possible chiral products are. So here they are given one formula. That means it undergo free radical mechanism, like I said earlier. As many replaceable hydrogen atoms are there here in this compound. That means what are the possibilities are there? The chiral carbons we will notice. For example, the given compound, if we write like how many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there. So all these 5, if we write like this here, this is 1. Suppose this is CH3, this is another one CH3. Then remaining 3 you will write like this here, 1, 2, 3, like this. Already we have one bromine is present in this position. So this is one chiral. So there is a possibility of writing a bromine here or here. So if you write here, then you can consider this is one chiral center, monobromination. So the same thing if it happened here, the monobromination, then we can write this one as like this. here bromine, and the bromine can also be written here by taking a gap, and this is CH3, this is CH3 now. Okay, but here what is the concept is, the concept we'll call it as plane of symmetry. So because of plane of symmetry, we can't consider this is a there are two chiral carbons are there, but because of plane of symmetry, this compound will be considered as achiral. So this is not chiral, this is achiral due to plane of symmetry. Okay, leave about this one. So this is correct. Coming to the another one, we will plan another one in a different way, that how it will give the thing. So as we keep the ethyl group on top as it is, and we'll try to write the two compounds like given here. So here hydrogen, here one hydrogen, here write bromine, here if you write bromine, there won't be any kind of plane of symmetry. If you change it also, that chiral centers will be noticed again with a different direction. Here bromine, and here one bromine, here hydrogen. This is C2H3. So here you can consider this is one chiral carbon. In the bottom we have here CH3 is there. Here one chiral carbon. Likewise, we can write in the carbon chain on top CH3 place is there. In the carbon chain, if you write one more, it will become CH2. CH2, it will be CH2Br. CH2Br. And rest of the other portion will be a chiral carbon with the bromine. Here hydrogen, here CH3. This is a chiral carbon, okay, which is linked with this one. So you can consider this one. Another chance is there on the middle carbon of this chain. Here if you write, then this will be hydrogen, here bromine, here CH2. CH over this we have bromine is there. This is CH3. Here CH3. So this is another chiral center. So likewise, what are the possibilities? Here one chiral carbon, here one chiral carbon, here one chiral, here one chiral carbon. We have noted here one chiral carbon. So leave about this one. So total the possibilities. What are the possibilities here? We got here 1, here 2, here 3, here 4, here 5. So these are the 5 possibilities are there for the formation of monobromination anisomeric forms. Thank you.